Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshu Nam Hitarthaya Tattva Bodho Vidiyate. In this class Tattva Bodha, so far we have seen the invocation and we have started studying the fourfold qualifications. What are the fourfold qualifications of a student who aspires to liberate? So in the beginning, in the invocation, Adi Shankaracharya, the Guru says, with praying to God, he says, this is being written or given out for the students who are interested in attaining moksha. Those who are interested in attaining moksha and who are qualified, who have these qualifications, this knowledge is given to such people. Having saluted Sri Vasudevendra, the king of yogis, the Guru, who is the bestower of knowledge. Tattva Bodha is expounded for the benefit of the people who are interested in attaining moksha, only for the seekers. This is not just for anybody and everybody. Those who are interested in gaining moksha. Then he said, you need fourfold qualifications for it. What are the fourfold qualifications? In that we have seen two. One is Viveka, the other is Vairagya, then the third is Samadhi Shatka Sampati. And then Samadhi Shatka Sampati means sixfold wealth. Starting from Shama means mind control, Dhamma, etc. And then Mumukshutva. Mumukshutva means having a burning desire to liberate. So Viveka means discrimination. Vairagya means detachment, mental maturity, and then the sixfold wealth, and then the Mumukshutva. These are the fourfold qualifications. In that we have studied Viveka and then Vairagya. So when he says, what is Viveka? He says, Viveka is nothing but discrimination between the permanent and the impermanent. Understanding that Brahman alone is real. Everything else is unreal. You don't know anything about Brahman. We don't know anything about Brahman. But understanding that everything that I can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, feel, think, all are coming under the category of passing, fleeting, temporary category. Anityam. All these are anityam. Understanding that. So reality alone is eternal. And when I am seeing everything is something that belongs to the category of changing, someone is being aware of these changes. Someone is being aware of this changes. Changes are not possible to be noted without a changeless reference. And that changeless reference is what we refer to as Brahman, Atman, etc. Okay. So that Brahman alone is real. Reality is defined as what? That which existed in the past, is in the present, and will continue to exist in future as the same. That is called real. So then the only thing that is always there is that awareness, that consciousness, the truth. So therefore he says that reality alone is eternal, beyond time, existing always. Everything else ephemeral. Everything else is ephemeral. And this conviction alone is the discrimination between the permanent and the impermanent. Just mere understanding is not Viveka. Vivek Shakti means you have that conviction that Brahman alone is real, everything else is unreal. And the moment or to the extent you have this Vivek Shakti, to the extent you gain this discriminative ability, what happens? You develop what is called as Vairagya. You will have Vairagya. What is Vairagya? He says Viraga. Viraga means Vairagya. So what is this Vairagya? He says it is nothing but the absence of desires for the enjoyments of the fruits of one's action in this world and in heaven. Iha swarga bhogeshu icharagityam. That is what is called as Vairagya. So not only with reference to what you can get in this world here and now, something that you may get in future, developing a dispassion. That dispassion, that desire is not there. Absence of desire for the enjoyments of the fruits of one's action. See, for every action there will be a reaction. There will be a response. There will be a result. So that we somehow have this idea that the fulfillment of the desire gives me joy, happiness. So when do you develop Vairagya? How do you develop Vairagya? When you understand that my understanding about the sense objects, about the world is wrong. Isn't it? Today I am understanding that, or my thinking is that there is joy in the external world. So it is permanent joy, that also. Therefore I am seeking it. I am spending all my efforts, everything to achieve that. So therefore he says, if I understand that really there is nothing, when will I get it? Only when I start analyzing it. If an object is giving joy to me, it should give joy to everyone in case the joy is inherent in it. If the joy is inherent in that object and it is giving me joy, and I'm believing that there is joy in that object, then it must give joy to everybody. And not only that, it must give joy to everybody and to me always, every time I contact. But that's not the case. There are objects which some people get joy out of it, but you don't. Why? Because you don't have the desire for it. They have the desire for it. Somebody has the desire to smoke. When they contact the object, they feel happy temporarily. You don't have any desire for smoke. You want to run away from it. Then, if the joy was there in the cigarette, it should be experienced by you also. Then why are you running away from it? So when you analyze like that, then you understand, oh, it is not inherent in it. So this fellow has desire for it. And when he gets the desire, and he goes for the cigarette, he has the cigarette, he temporarily gets satisfied. And then he is therefore feeling joy. So, therefore, the condition for happiness is or joy is I need to have the desire. If I don't have the desire, there is no joy. Right? And not only that, after contacting, I get that joy within few minutes or hours. I'm getting again sorrow. I need it. I need it. So the same object that seemed to give you joy also gives you sorrow. You understand? Once I understand this, it starts giving me pain. So when I understand that there is not just joy which I get temporarily, but it also gives me pain. Even when I'm having it, I hope I will retain it. I hope it will not be taken away by somebody. So there is constant pain. So when I understand all this, then I develop what is called as this passion towards it. I understand that inherently there is no joy in that object. You get it? So once you develop that kind of dispassion, right, you will be having only the right value for it. You won't have exaggerated value for anything that the world offers. So you understand it is useful for transaction purpose. Beyond that, there is nothing in it. This is called vairagya. So we also discussed viveka will help you to develop vairagya. Vairagya will help you to gain more viveka. Isn't it? When your mind understands that all this that the world offers is only for the transactional purpose useful, otherwise inherently there is no joy in it, then why would you run after it? Why would you mortgage your life entirely for it? It will not be the priority like it is today, or rather, it is the only priority. So then you will start questioning if there's something else that is meaningful, what it is. You understand? So that this passion is very important for developing that mumukshatva. If you have that mumukshatva, then only you will put yourself into the sadhana to liberate. You're very comfortable here. I'm very comfortable. Why should I, even think of liberation and all that? I don't need. I'll continue the same way I'm living. Why should I have all these things? So therefore, he says, the absence of desires for the enjoyments of the fruits of one's actions in this world and in heaven, because something promising in future. See, what is this heaven? That also we analyzed. In the stories we are told, the Indra, who's the, what do you call, Lord of heaven, he himself is insecure. He himself is insecure, Indra. So he's all the time worried. Who else is going to occupy my seat after some time, after a few years? So therefore, nothing is really going to give me that permanent happiness, enjoyment. I should understand. So everybody is putting in that so much effort only to go to heaven. Or they say, very heavenly, as if they've been there before. So in short, that belief that there is pleasure in getting something, that happiness is in getting something rather than it is within, that makes me run. So he says you develop that dispassion. That is called vairagya. So both supplement and complement each other. Viveka will help you to gain vairagya. Vairagya will help you to gain vivek. Now, he then gets on to the next quality. And the next quality has 6 qualities within it. It's called the sixfold wealth. Shamadhi Shakka Sampati. Shama Adi. Adi means etc. Shama means mind control, etc. and he calls it as sampati, sampadyam, wealth. These are the inner wealth. What Vedanta is saying is first gain this inner wealth. Then you can gain the external wealth. Whether you gain the external wealth or not, or to whatever extent you get it, this inner wealth will make your life rich. See, who doesn't want to be rich? Everybody wants to be rich. But we think richness is in, hoarding more and more external wealth into my life, acquiring more and more. Now, when I acquire more and more, and my mind starts craving for them even more, because the nature of the mind is what? To crave for what it does not have and get attached to what it has. So, this attachment and craving makes me get agitated. How much ever I have, I feel it's not enough. So, I always have the feeling that I am poor. Whereas, once I conquer the mind, once I develop these qualities, the inner wealth, then immaterial of what my external wealth is. Vedanta is not against external wealth. Immaterial of what my external wealth is, I will be rich. I'll be peaceful. I'll be able to, execute actions and continue progressing in life. Therefore, this is a very important quality, not just for self-realization or enlightenment. Of course, for enlightenment, you need these qualities. But even in the world, to the extent you have these qualities, to that extent, the quality of your life improves. That's why it's very, very important. The sixfold wealth. Sampati. Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampati. So now let's get on to that. Shamadhi sadhana sampati ka. Shamadhi sadhana sampati ka. Shamodhama uparati stitiksha shraddha samadhanam cha iti. Shamodhama uparati stitiksha shraddha samadhanam cha iti. What is this Shamadhi Shatka Sampati? What is the inner wealth? Starting with Shama. They are Shama, Dhamma, Uparati. In some places you will read it as Uparama. So Uparati, Uparama all mean same. They are Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. These are the sixfold qualifications. Shama means mind control. Dhamma means sense control. Uparati, reveling within. Uparama also means the same, reveling within. Titiksha, putting up with inconvenience cheerfully. And endurance, forbearance. Shraddha, faith. We will see when we read about Shraddha, what is Shraddha? It's much more than just faith. Then Samadhana, single-pointedness of the mind. These are the sixfold qualifications. Right? These are the sixfold qualifications. What are they? Shama, mind control. Dhamma, sense control. Uparati, reveling within. Titiksha, forbearance, endurance. Shraddha, faith. Samadhana, single-pointedness. This is what he calls as inner wealth. Now, everybody, saying, I need peace, I need peace, I need peace. And if you want peace, you need to develop these abilities. Now, in the modern world, we have everything external. But do we have these things? And that's why you find, in spite of tremendous scientific discoveries and inventions and far superior world externally, still the quality of our life suffers. The quality of our life suffers because of what? We don't have these inner wealth. We don't even know what they are. We don't even care what this inner wealth is. How does it matter? You know. So remember this. He talks about mind control, sense control. And in fact, in spiritual field, without mind control and sense control, it's not possible to achieve the enlightenment or possible to even move ahead towards enlightenment. So, and once you start gaining mind control and sense control, to that extent, when you apply yourself in the world, you will be materially also growing. So a lot of people have this idea, hey, if I go to spiritual field, how will I progress in my material field? The more you go into spiritual field, in the material field, it becomes a child's play. Because when you develop these things, and in the material field, supposing you go and you gain a lot of external wealth, would you go spiritually? Not really. Because you have developed the mind which is going on getting agitated, discontented, craving for more. That mind will not help you to see the truth from within. Therefore, material progress alone is not going to help you for spiritual evolution. But when you spiritually put in efforts, you will also grow materially to the extent you apply yourself in the world. So now the question next, step by step it goes. What is this shama? Shama kaha? He says mano nigraha. Shama kaha? Mano nigraha. It is the control or mastery over the mind. It is the control or mastery over the mind. Mind control. Now this mind control, usually you should start with Dhamma, sense control, then go to mind control. Here he starts with Shama because ultimately that is what needs to be controlled, and only when the mind is controlled, the self from within will reveal itself. Do you get it? So therefore, he starts with mind control. So first of all, what is this mind control? Mind control means a lot of people think they should suppress the mind. You should sit on top of the mind. That is what they think is mind control. Suppress it. Don't allow any desires whatsoever. Is this mind control? Then how practical it is. Going on suppressing, you'll get more frustrated. So therefore, then what is mind control? Mind control means understanding that I am the karta. Mind is an instrument. Karana. Mind itself is called as what? Antakarana. Isn't it? Inner instrument. Antakarana means inner instrument. So it's a subtle instrument. This instrument should be under my control. I should be controlling it and using it. So control itself is for what purpose? To use it. To contact the world. To continue. Not suppress and not contact the world. That is not mind control. Suppression, in fact, gives the opposite result. It increases the desires. So therefore, mind control means mind should take orders from me. Mind should take direction from me. Me, here when we say from my buddhi, the context. So that is called mind control. When the mind is directed and controlled by the intellect, it's called mind control. But without the intellect, if you just sit and suppress, that is not mind control. That's what a lot of people think it is mind control. That is not mind control. So now, as you control the mind, what happens to the mind? The mind improves in its quality. It starts becoming more and more pure, chaste. Mind is the seat of emotions, desires. These emotions turn chaste, become more pure, shuddhi. They become pure. Mental purity happens. That is mind control. Impure mind cannot be controlled. You need to change the quality of it. So, mind control means mind becomes pure. You have purer emotions. Some people think you should have no emotions. No. The more and more you come to Vedanta, you'll have purer emotions and you'll have strengthened those emotions. They become more firm. They become more determined. You understand? So that's why in the book Vedanta Treatise, the sixth chapter in the part A is strength of emotions. Today our emotions are weak. These weak emotions should be converted into strong emotions, pure emotions. So when you say mind should get controlled, means it should become pure and it should become firm, dridam. चित्त शुद्धि भी होना चाहिए, चित्त दृढ़म भी होना चाहिए. That is called mind control. So then, how to control the mind? How to control the mind? How will you be able to control the mind? He says, in the spiritual field, they say vairagya is one good help to control your mind. Vairagya you should have. And vairagya we already saw. When you understand that there is no joy in the object inherently, and then the same object that gives you temporary joy will also give you sorrow. Understanding the object in its entirety. The more and more through Viveka Shakti, you develop Vairagya to that extent the mind starts becoming controlled. And this is very important to develop that Vairagya. So therefore, you have to, exercise your Viveka Shakti. And we already said every day, morning, you get up, sit and study, reflect, question, discriminate. So you develop more and more dispassion. The mind becomes more and more calm and controlled. Then Dhamma, which we will see next, that is another way you can control the mind. Because inputs, what kind of inputs you are giving, that matters. Anything and everything if you put in, it'll obviously give you a problem, isn't it? So, when supposing you are eating food, you have ordered something in the restaurant and the food has come. Let's say you ordered for thali, rice, and there is rice and you are about to eat, then you see some hair or something in it. You throw it, take it out and throw it, and then you eat. Because if you eat along with it, you'll have stomach upset. You'll have problem. So similarly, what goes in, very, very important. You understand? If you want to have peace, if you want to have control over your mind, if you want to have mastery over our mind, we need to have this Dhamma, sense control. Sense control will help Shama. Shama will bring in more sense control. They both supplement and complement each other. So the inputs, what is going in, what are our receipts, we have to be very, very careful. Simply just like that, we cannot go on, putting anything and everything inside. So that's called sense control. Using the buddhi, deciding what is good for you and allowing that inside. So sense control again is not suppression. When we get there, we'll talk about it in much more detail. So sense control helps. Then we have to develop good qualities. They are called as divine qualities. You understand? So many qualities Bhagavad Gita talks about. In fact, the 16th chapter is called as Devasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. The qualities of the divine and the qualities of the demoniac. Deva, Devas, good people. Asura, negative, bad people. What are the qualities? So developing those good qualities. Many good qualities you should develop. The charity, tapas, etc. All these qualities help. So he says divine qualities, good qualities, being a good listener, etc. etc. So when you develop these good qualities, they keep you calm. Consciously you put in effort to develop those good qualities, trying to speak the good words, consciously choose the positive words, not try to talk negative. So all these good qualities that are very important. And then abhyasa. In fact, in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking Sri Krishna. He's telling about the mind. He says, "Oh Krishna, this this mind is sorry, chanchalam, pramati, balavat, dridam." He says, chanchalam means it doesn't stay in one place. It keeps on wavering. That's the nature of the mind, isn't it? Mind will keep on wavering. It will never be in one place. And then when you go along with that wavering mind, which keeps moving to the past and future, it becomes turbulent. Pramati means turbulent. It comes from the root mat, which means to churn. It is churning you. You develop more and more agitations. You can't sit down. My God, I want to finish him off. I need that object. It churns you from within. Pramati. And it gathers momentum. Balam. Balavat is it. It becomes very, very strong. And when it gathers momentum, what does it do? Finally, it becomes so obsessed. Dridam. And with obsession, it goes and does what should not be done, and it will avoid doing what has to be done, and you will destroy yourself. So Arjuna is telling this. Mind is chanchalam, pramati, balavat, dridam. And he's asking how to control that mind. And Sri Krishna says, through vairagya and abhyasa. Abhyasena vairagyena cha. Only through abhyasa and vairagya. Through practice. Abhyasa. Upasanam. Upasanam is one practice. Upa-asanam. Sitting near. Sitting closer. Sit down closer. Near. Upa means near. Closer to what? The divinity. Right? You have to sit closer to the divinity which you have identified with a particular form. Ishtadevata. Or any form which inspires you. You understand that divinity is beyond form, but you conceive of it in a form and then you try to focus on that form. You understand? So, upasana, dhyanam, meditation. See, how to control the mind? You have to use the mind to control the mind. Isn't it? If you want to learn bicycling, you will have to ride the bicycle and learn. Anything is like that, isn't it? Swimming also is like that. Anything you do. So therefore, he says, abhyasa, practice. When it slips, it's okay, you bring it back. When it slips, bring it back. No problem. When you are sitting and focusing your efforts on the idol, you take the help of chanting and offer flowers and do other things. You are trying to focus your mind on that. Similarly, when you're doing chanting, all that helps, to focus your mind. Your mind may go somewhere else. When you become aware, bring it back. So all these are good practices that will help in developing mind control. So he says these are all the method through which you can gain what is called as mind control. And it is important. This mind control is important. If you don't have mind control, forget achieving something in spiritual field. In the material field also you cannot achieve anything. Therefore, there is all these things you got to follow. So when you practice mind control, what happens? You gain peace. Immediately you gain peace. And in that peace, you will be able to think better. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishtate. He says in the Bhagavad Gita, this is there in the Sthita Prajna portion. In the second chapter, verse number 62 and 63, he says, in fact, this whole portion called Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna means what? Enlightened person. Nyaha means one who knows. Prajnaha means one who knows well. Sthira Prajnaha means one who knows well and established in it. So it's actually talking about enlightened person. So Arjuna is asking who is an enlightened person, what are the qualities, traits of an enlightened person, describe an enlightened person. That Sri Krishna answers. He asks in 54th shloka of chapter 2, 55, 56, 57, 58, Sri Krishna answers. And then he starts talking about how to gain that enlightenment. There he emphasizes Shama and Dhamma. Initially talks about Dhamma, then he gets on to Shama. So then he says, if you don't control the mind going towards the world uncontrollably starts developing attachment. From attachment comes desire. When the desire is interrupted, you develop anger. When you are in anger, you are in delusion, you develop delusion. And then you lose the memory, you lose the shastras that you have studied and understood. All that knowledge goes. And then you lose the capacity to discriminate. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. So then, how do I control the mind? He says, Raga dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran atma vashe videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. So first what you have to do, understand that your mind is full of likes and dislikes. Your mind, my mind, everybody's mind is what? Nothing but likes and dislikes. We are all full of likes and dislikes. And from childhood, we've been pampered. Everybody around, including our parents and everybody, have pampered our likes and dislikes. Oh, you like it? Have it. You don't like it? Okay, don't need to have it. No need to have it. So what is happening? Now the mind is so strong. It is very unyielding. You understand? So therefore, he says, Raga dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran. Vishaya means sense object. You have to control your likes and dislikes. In other words, bring in your intellect, question your likes and dislikes. Per se, likes and dislikes, nothing wrong. You ask, is this what I like good for me? This what I dislike, is it good for me or not? If it is good for me, even if it is something that I don't like, I must follow. I must put it into practice. I must contact it. If I like and it is not good for me, even though I may like it, I should not contact it. So this is called Raga Dvesha Vyuktaistu Vishayan Indriya. Controlling your likes and dislikes, you contact the world. Indriyas should contact the Vishaya, the sense objects. Sense organs should contact the sense objects, controlling the likes and dislikes. Then once you have contacted, then what? Move to next experience. Don't linger in it. End perception with perception. Atma Vashyai Videha Atma. When you control your likes and dislikes and contact the world, you are called one who has the mind in your control. Atma Vashyai. Videha Atma means once you have contacted, then you move. That's also sense control. But that's the next step. What? Once the contact is over, move to the next. End perception with perception. Don't linger. Keep on lingering. It's a very good practice, When you say bye, move. Our Swamiji, Swami Parthasarthiji, our Guru, he studied under Swami Chinmananda. And he was also, doing karma, serving his Guru by being his driver. Wherever he goes, he used to take him around. It gives you opportunity to be close with your Guru, any seva for that matter. So he said once in the class, anywhere they go for bhiksha, people call you for meals, bhiksha. Anywhere they go, after meals, usually there will be some question and session, some chit-chatting and all that. And then, after some time, Chinmanandaji used to say, okay, means he's leaving now. And Swamiji says, next minute, Swamiji knows that once he said, means Guruji will go and sit in the car. So he will go and sit in the car before him, immediately. When he says, and next minute he'll come and sit. And whosoever had come with them to that lunch, even if they were not sitting in the car, meaning they have not come yet, and Swamiji, in case he waits, 2-3 other people are supposed to come. Chinmanandaji asks, means move. Doesn't matter whether they come or not. Let them come by bus or something. In the sense, once you say bye, it should stay by. Move. You go on lingering. So it's a very good practice. Bye, over, ho gaya, ba, chalo. Don't keep on lingering. You understand? So, this is what he says. If you do these two, you will attain prasada. You will get prasada, he says. Prasadam adhigacchati. You will get prasad means what? Peace in this context. Shanti. Mind will become peaceful. Then in the next sloka he says, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirosyopa. In that prasada, in that peace, all dukkhas go. All sorrows go. And prasanna chetaso yashuhu buddhi paryavatishtate. Your buddhi will become very prasanna. Prasanna means bright. You understand? Your intellect will become more sharp and clear. You develop mental clarity. So buddhi paryavatishtate. It becomes more clear, sharp, focused. So that's what we should understand. What are the benefits of controlling the mind? We attain peace and we develop clarity in life. It's very important. So these are the benefits of Shama. So what is Shama? It is the control or mastery of the mind. How to do that? Vairagya Abhyasa. Abhyasena Vairagya. You do Abhyasa and develop Vairagya. In Abhyasa, self-study is also there, reflection is also there, Viveka is also there. That will bring Vairagya. Then Vairagya will help you to gain more Viveka and develop this and do this practice of Upasana to that extent. All this will help in Mano Nigraha. the control of the mind. Then what is the next? Next is Dhamma. Dhamma kaha. Chakshuradi bahyendriya nigraha. Here he is using the word bahyendriya. Bahya indriya. Bahya means what? External. Indriya means instruments. Bahyendriya. Chakshuradi. Chakshuhu means eyes. Eyes, etc. What is he talking about? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Chakshuradi bahya indriya nigraha. So, Dhammakaha, what is Dhamma? It is the control of the external senses, such as the eyes, etc. That's all. That is called Dhamma. So this is, like I said, Dhamma will complement Shama. And to the extent you have Shama, to that extent you will automatically have Dhamma. See, Dhamma will help you to gain Shama. And to the extent you have Shama, you will automatically have Dhamma. That's the point. Shama is subtle. Mind control is subtle. Mind is subtler than the sense organs. So, controlling the gross instruments, the sense organs, helps in gaining control over the mind. But controlling the mind automatically results in control over the senses. So this is Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Sense control. Now again, sense control does not mean sense suppression. I will not contact. Or there are people who practice certain kind of tapas whereby they destroy their senses. Just grossly, if I put it, it's like you remove both your eyes. Because if I see only the problem, so I should not see. So if you remove these senses, problem is not there. No. Who said? You close your eyes, then see. Close your eyes, ears, everything. Mind is telling something. Isn't it? Therefore, sense control does not mean sense denial, sense suppression. It is lending purpose to your contact. That is called sense control. Sense control means lending purpose to your sense contact. And here, though we just talked about the 5 organs of perception that gives you knowledge called jnanendriyas, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, it is also control of organs of action. The 5 organs of action called karmendriyas. So this we have to practice. And if you want to do that, what do you have to do? It is only through the senses the world enters us. Isn't it? How does the world enter? See, from the time we wake up in the morning till the time we go to bed, there are 3 transactions that happens in us called the receipt of stimuli and the reaction within and the response sent out back. Receipt of stimuli is from the world. Color and form for the eyes, smell for the nose, taste for the tongue, touch for the skin, sound for the ears. All these are the stimuli coming from the world. And then they go and react with the desires within. That reaction is happening in the mind. Then we send out response back into the world through our organs of action. Isn't it? So we are like one mini industry. In an industry manufacturing something, what is happening? Raw material comes from the world outside, which is processed in the factory, and then the finished product is sent out back to the world for marketing. So we are all like that mini factory. Receipts come through the senses, we react, and then we respond. Very often, we are not really responding, because responding means intellect thinks independently and then responds. No, but that's not how we respond. Mind itself takes over Intellect is so weak, and we send out response through the organs of action. So therefore, first thing is receipts. Always first things first. So we have to work upon those receipts. What are the inputs I am giving to my mind? I need to think what is going in. Like in management terms, they say GIGO. GIGO means garbage in, garbage out. Isn't it? If you are putting garbage in, what will come out is only garbage. If in the factory the raw material is of third grade quality, not the first quality, not the first grade, third grade. Now, however superior machinery you may have in the factory, the finished product cannot be first grade. So therefore, you have to get the raw materials first grade. Similarly, you got to discriminate what is good for me. There is something that is pleasurable. There is something that is good for me. Prayer and Shreya. And then you allow that only. What is Shreya, not what is Preya. Preya means what is pleasurable. Shreya means what is good for you. So allow what is good for you, what will help you to be peaceful. So it's not that sense denial. Sense control means sense denial. That's not sense control. Sense control means sense contact, lending purpose to your senses, allowing the good things into you. This is sense control. How do you practice that? If you have certain vows, that helps. Until I finish this puja, certain pujas go for 48 days. Now a lot of people go to Shabarimala and all that. So they take vows. This next 48 days, I will not do this. Next 21 days, I will not do this. Taking vows like that and then practicing it. And even when you go to some party or something, even when you say, I've taken vow, so therefore I will not eat it, they also won't disturb you. That taking a vow helps. And again, having a conducive environment. See, in the beginning, I did say, if you remove your eyes, that's not a solution. Now, you may wonder that you said you cannot remove the eyes. Well, how will it help? Similarly, abstaining from the environment, how will it help? Isn't it going to lead to denial? Will it not amount to denial? With understanding that I have weakness for this, and if I go in front of it, I lose myself. See, when we go in front of Vali, in Ramayana it says, when we go in front of Vali, Vali is so powerful. He's got that boon that anyone who comes in front of me will lose half of their strength, half of their power to me. So meaning, whosoever goes in front of him, 50% of their power goes to Vali. So even if Vali is little bit strong, with that 50% going to him, he'll become more strong then. He'll finish you. So therefore, I understand that till the time I become strong, certain things that I can avoid, I try to avoid or keep it minimum. For work purpose, I need to contact. Okay, I will. With that understanding, that practice. You understand? Unconducive environment, unconducive people also. All kinds of things some people discuss, and you come back with tremendous, desire because you put all kinds of things. Gossiping, you keep on gossiping. It's very entertaining while you're gossiping. But after you put everything, it disturbs you. You cannot be in peace. You cannot sleep. So, these are the things that will help you to gain Dhamma. And the benefit of Dhamma is what? It will help you to gain Shama. Isn't it? This is what we said. To the extent you practice Dhamma, to that extent it will help in gaining Shama. Now, Dhamma alone will not result in Shama. It will help you. After that, you have to follow whatever we discussed when we discussed Shama. Then, see, the more we practice sense control, the more we'll be able to enjoy the sense contacts. The powers of the senses will last long, isn't it? The more and more we indulge with no discipline, we lose the power very soon. The senses loses their capacity very fast. But with sense control, we retain that capacity for a longer period. That's another very important, you know, uh, benefit we get from sense control. And the fact that we are following sense control, we can have to some extent good health, physical health, good physical health. And good physical health is helpful in mental health. See, anywhere you go, you ask any psychologist also, one of the things that they will talk about for mind control is exercise, physical exercise. Go for a good walk, jog, whatever, exercises. Without the discipline at the body level, you cannot bring about the mind control. So therefore, that health of the body will be taken care of when we practice sense control. Otherwise, we indulge so much that health is also gone. Now, after the health is gone and everything is gone, I want to read the scriptures. I can't see because I've been constantly indulging. I didn't take care of my sleep. And I've been constantly watching this, what do you call this, phones, iPads, and all that. So I haven't practiced regulation, restraint. So what will happen? My eyes can't see properly. My ears can't hear properly. There's so much of indulgence. So therefore, he says, when you practice sense control, it is helpful for Shama. It is very important to keep yourself peaceful. So therefore, Sharira Arogyam also, it takes care. You develop strength of the senses, powerful senses, you'll gain health, and then it'll help you to control the mind. The other qualities we'll see next week. Let's conclude now. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.